Hi everyone, my name's Electric Donkey and today we are back doing another little review. And today we're doing something a little bit different, like it seems like every week we are. But instead of reviewing a straight up game this time, we're going to be reviewing a kind of engine for a game to run in. Not quite an engine, more of a template or just a base to work from. I don't know, anything along those lines. But basically, let's read it. It says, "Hi guys, I'm happy to share Island Creator 7. There's been 6 previous versions, so with you. Okay, it's more of a base for your own projects, which I've already mentioned, rather than a proper game in its own right. It's called version 7 because I've lost count of how many failed iterations of this kind of thing I've done in the past. So it's gone wrong in the past. Use this to build randomly generated islands with 6 different levels, starting from coastal up to high points. You can use that data to tie in your own code and graphics." And then we've got a few little points here. It's nice, short and sweet, and yeah, it seems pretty awesome. So here's what it looks like. Let's leave that. This is one of the examples, and you can zoom in, you can zoom out, and here I believe you can see the different layers. So you've got the layers, either one. So you've got the sea here. You then seem to have this like coast area, the light blue thing. You've then got the kind of, I don't know what this is, the coast beach kind of area, and then basically you've got loads of different colours, and the beauty of this is it can change. You can keep doing it. One thing I have noticed is possibly to do with the optimization is that if I press R every so often, if it's a really big one like that was a big one there, it takes a while to go. Now I've got quite a big I've got relatively big PC here, and it's quite a beefy one, and if that's struggling, I presume quite a lot of other computers might, so that might be to do with it. One sec, let me just mute this real quick. Okay, so what I'm going to do quickly is just, because it does actually include the project file, now I think the reason why this is happening is because it's got a lot of objects. I'm not entirely sure on that. So what do we have here? We have object camera and object creator. Now, object creator creates 5 object lands, which then creates more object lands, which creates more object lands, and you can imagine there's probably quite a few. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new object, not to mess all this up. Object stats, I'm going to call this. Okay, now in what we're going to have is we're going to check the FPS that I'm running at, and also I'm going to check the amount of objects in the room, see if there's any kind of correlation towards that. So we're going to say draw text. I'm going to say, I don't know, like 50-50, and we're going to say the instance count, and we're going to have another one just underneath that, so that'll be 50 about like 70, and that's going to be the FPS. Okay, so now we're going to see what these kind of come out as, because I'm quite interested to see. So forgot to put it in the room. Okay. So now we should start to see some stats. They're kind of hidden there. Let me move them down a bit. Let's move them down 100. Okay, now we should be able to see some stats, and we should be able to get to the bottom of what's causing this. Okay, so this one has precisely 1,240 objects, which is a load of objects to be having in one room, to be honest. That is way too many. Mind you, it is still running at 30 FPS. If you see there, if we change, it does drop. That's got 1,500. So they seem to be well in the thousands. Oh, that's 2,000. Blimey. So you can see it's not actually lagging, it's lagging in between, which is kind of understandable, but my worry would be that if you put this in any kind of a real life game, that it would just simply crash. There would be way too much going on. See these, I mean there's a few that are really quite small, and then there's some that are really huge, like that. That's 2,000. Now, I like the idea, but I can see that maybe people would have quite a few issues around the optimization, the FPS, and things to do with that. See, the minimum it got to was -31, which is interesting. Game Maker sort of does that, but who knows? The average though was 1,000, which is pretty high. It was just in between that worried me, and the amount of objects. Now, one way you could get around this is, instead of having all these objects and all these spawning, you could just have one big create event, and then have, say, draw sprite, and that could be your island, could be your just sprites. But that's one option for that. I'm not saying you should do that. But I'm just saying to maybe have a look at your FPS and maybe try and drop those, drop the amount of objects by still having the same effect, would be my kind of goal for that. Because also, if you're running off a base, you want it to be relatively low to start with, because people are going to put stuff on top of the base. But anyway, that was kind of my review of this Island Creator number 7. If you like the video, remember to like, subscribe, or just do whatever you guys want to do, and I will talk to you in the next one.